Hi guys, welcome to Off the 10th. My name is Chris and it's been a little bit of time since I've been doing a beer review. But I just went live with a pack opening from Timmy's, which was pretty fun to do and it's kind of addictive. So I want to do more, but it gets expensive. Regardless, today we are going to take a look at a beer. We are going to look at a style of beer that I'm not a huge fan of. And I mean, you guys probably already know that I'm not a huge fan of sours and stuff like that. But this is a style that I'm really not a huge fan of. And I kind of avoid these beers when I go over to the LCBO or if somebody introduces me to these types of beers and I'm like, I'll pass. But regardless, we're taking a look at from Blackburn Brewhouse. We are looking at the Roch beer. That's right. This is a smoked beer. I'm a little bit of afraid. A little bit of afraid. Not even that even makes sense. No, I'm a little bit afraid to try this one, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I went into Blackburn and I picked up a case of their local light 3.9%. This is a quick little plug to Blackburn. 3.9% local light, $48 for 24 beers, all tall boys, cheaper than Bud Light in cans or bottles and Canadian and all those other macros. Get the Blackburn. Go get yourself some local light. If you want to have a light beer and a crusher all day, all weekend, all month, that's the way to go. Anyway, big shout out to Brendan over there at Blackburn. He was like, "Have you had this beer?" And I was like, "No, I haven't." He's like, "Well, you should give it a shot." And I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "Make sure you put it online because I watched the channel." I'm like, influencer, you know what I'm saying? But not really. Anyway, thanks to Brendan for pointing this one out. I never had this one. And I'm a little bit of afraid to have it because it's a smoked beer. So anyway, let's take a look at after the Campfire roast beer from Blackburn Brewhouse. This one is coming at 5% alcohol by volume. It's in a small little weenie can at 355 milliliters. It's 20 IBUs. And yeah, I'm excited to have this one, but kind of a little bit hesitant because like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the smoked beers. But on the back of this one, it has a little bit of a spiel about after you're playing your acoustic guitar around the flames and all the s'mores are all burnt and stuff like that. Bring out this beer and enjoy. So we will see what we got here. This one is pretty fresh. This one was released or packaged on October 7th. So yeah, just over a month old or just under a month old. So let's get into it. All right, we've got some proper black glassware here on this one. I'm gonna take a look at the roast beer. So this one is, I was gonna say it's not as dark as a typical roast, but you know what? It's not bad. It's coming off on camera a little bit darker than it really is in person, but yeah, let's take a look at this beer. All right, and my camera is way off, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna back it up. I'm gonna back it up right there. There we go. All right, so it's in camera. Taking a look at it. It poured off. It's a little bit darker than it normally is, but it's a darker gold color. It's hard to see that. It poured off with about a finger and a half ahead. It is slowly dissipating. There it is. Big bubbles on there, small bubbles, all soapy kind of bubbles on this one. Let's take a smell. All right, so it's not giving me that smoke smell, which is good because that would give me a little bit of a turnoff, I think. This one is just giving me straight up. Yes, give me straight up kind of lager kind of scent to it. But other than that, we're gonna try it anyway. Cheers, guys! Thanks, Brendan, for posting for pointing this one out. Can't even fucking talk. I've had like 7 light beers. Whatever. It's Friday. Cheers. Okay, I'm actually. This is. Hold on a sec. I was very I want to say a little bit hesitant or even a little bit afraid to try this beer because of the smoked beer aspect of it. But that smoked flavor that I'm getting through this beer isn't overbearing like it is with a lot of other smoked beers or Robach beers. This one is coming like, okay, let's digress. Let's go back for a second. Let's talk about the mouthfeel on this one. You know, Blackburn's got their shit down. When it comes to beers, whether it's their local light or whether it's their triple IPAs or their stouts, their bodies on these beers are fantastic. And this one is in the medium range. And it's nice. You know, it's 5% and it's giving me a bigger body than most, you know, double IPAs that are sitting around 8%. This one's giving me a great body on it. Like I said, 8%, 5%. Nah, you can't tell. Is there any booze in this? Probably not. Yeah, but it's giving me a nice little flavor. Okay, let's talk about what I taste in this beer. The smoke is there, but we'll go back to that in a second. Let's talk about the base. There's a base lager taste to this beer. A little bit malty, a little bit sweet with that it looks like it tastes kind of like a caramelized, little bit of a caramelized sugar on the malt on this one, and it's giving me a little bit of a sweet vibe, which is fantastic. I don't mind that at all. And yeah, it's good. It's not overly sweet. It's very well balanced. But what I really want to talk about right now is the smoke kind of flavor or the smoke taste that I'm getting from this. And this is super carbonated as I'm burping on camera, which is I'm apologizing for it right now, which is kind of gross. But the smoke flavor on this beer is good. It's not overpowering like most Roke beers that are out there. It's there, but it's in the background. It's right at the end of the palate. When you take a sip, you're getting that sweetness. You're getting that kind of a lager and a sweeter malt kind of flavor when you first bring it back into the palate. But at the very end, that's when you get that little bit of a smoke kind of a taste to it. And it's not overbearing. I mean, I could go back to this. And you know what? I'm really glad that Brennan over there at Blackburn said, do this review. And I'm actually digging this beer. I'm not a huge smoked kind of beer fan. And I actually really enjoy this beer. If this one came out at 473 milliliter cans, probably at this price, it would probably be around $3.50 a can or $3.25 a can. I'd go back for this for sure all day. This is a fantastic beer to have on a cold night, especially around a campfire. I see what they did there. Anyway, guys, from Blackburn Brewhouse, in my own opinion, after the Campfire Roke beer, it's actually quite tasty. I would recommend it. If you like the smoked beers, you're not gonna get a huge hit in the face with smoke on this one, but it's there. It's subtle, but it doesn't, take anything away from the actual beer on this one. Anyway, I love this beer. I want to go back and get it. I kind of wish it was in bigger cans so I can enjoy more of it. But other than that, I'm done. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please subscribe, share it, like the video if you want. Or if you don't like the way I ramble on, then don't just hit the thumbs down. I don't really care, but I do care. But I don't. I love you all. Anyway, subscribe, hit that notification bell, guys. And I'll talk to you later. Peace out, homies. Bye-bye. I gotta go. Cheers.